Francois Aquin was once a prominent liberal who made history as the first politician to leave the Federalist camp and sit in the Quebec legislature as a separatist, months before René Lévesque made the same move. The two men, who had both left the Liberals, would become leading figures in the nascent separatist groups that eventually coalesced into the party Québécois. Mr. Aquin, however, disagreed with Mr. Lévesque's approach and left politics by 1968. Mr. Aquin was 88 when he died in his sleep on Thursday. The cause of death wasn't immediately known to his family. Story continues below advertisement. He was involved in politics during a pivotal, turbulent phase in Quebec history. The separatist movement was then splintered between several factions, amid a fractious debate over which would best lead to independence, much like it is today. Mr. Aquin's uncompromising views which lead to his successive resignations from the Liberals, from Mr. Lévesque's short-lived Mouvement Souverain Association and from the legislature prompted the Globe and Mail to label him in an editorial as our most separate-minded separatist. Mr. Aquin believed it was a tactical error to sugarcoat the challenges of independence. "I prefer to tell the people the truth now. Things are going to be difficult for 2 or 3 years, but they'll pick up in the long run," he said after resigning from the MSA. In Claude Fournier's biography of Mr. Lévesque, Portrait d'un homme seul, Mr. Aquin is quoted as taking a dig at his colleague's private life. "You will never achieve independence, because it is an idea you have not really espoused," he told Mr. Lévesque. "You are trying to bring it in the back door like a mistress so as not to disturb the household. Even in your private life, that's your way. Not me." He was born on March 6, 1929, in Villemard, a blue-collar district of Montreal, the only son of Pierre Aquin, a carpenter, and the former Ovalia de Lisle. He was a gifted student and took the cours classique at the Jesuit-run Collège Sainte-Marie. A cousin, Hubert, who also studied there, became a prominent writer and filmmaker. Story continues below advertisement. Story continues below advertisement. As with many bright young men in Quebec at the time, Mr. Aquin considered the priesthood. He was also enamored with philosophy. However, he realized that to earn a living, law was better than philosophy, his wife, Andrée, recalled in an interview. He attended law school at the University of Montreal and was admitted to the bar in 1956. He had been involved with the Liberals since his first year of university. The Liberals were a natural fit for Quebecers who didn't agree with the authoritarian government of Premier Maurice Duplessis, he would later explain. "We thought it was time for things to change," he said in a 2007 video for a legislature history project. He was president of the Quebec Liberals during a time when the party, under the leadership of Jean Lesage and with Mr. Lévesque as a star cabinet minister, was in power starting in 1960, launching sweeping reforms that would be known as the Quiet Revolution. For the 1966 election, the party brass selected Mr.